I'm friends with, so this was a 6-stack. But
Okay, this is a 6-stack in the silver gold range. Cool.
yeah.
Let's make sure we're set up here for our right rewind distance. We are good. Okay.
You will not believe how many people have asked me to track you down.
Pretty sure I could.
So with Brig, I'm assuming who's like the priorities to heal really.
Sure. So I was wondering what your heal prioritization would look like. But what your priorities to heal as Brig are going to be protecting your partner support. That is something that you are really, really good at. And
Okay.
it's going to be enabling your DPS that are getting aggressive. So if your Junkrat's getting aggressive, if your Sombra's getting aggressive, helping her sustain. Your support is not particularly helpful for your tanks. Are they going to get Inspire value? Sure. If you have 3 armor packs, can you throw one at your Diva? Can you throw one at your Reinhardt? Sure. But you're really not looking to spend armor packs, especially when you don't have 3, on your tanks by and large. You're looking to let your partner your partner support rather, do most of that work while you enable your DPS to be aggressive. You sort of want to think of it like, hey, I throw out this armor pack that does 55 health per second. That's like a double strength Harmony Orb. That's really good for enabling a Sombra to do work, a Genji to do work, a Doomfist that's going in. But it's kind of meh for a Diva, a Reinhardt. Like, oh, 55 health, like that's not right.
Yeah, it's good to know because I usually like heal tanks with her when I play with her. So
Yep. So that's
sounds like I should be doing the opposite.
exactly. And that's a pretty common Brig mistake. They see that the tank is low, so they throw a repair pack, and they're still low, so they throw another repair pack. And it's like it's a lot more value per pack on your DPS. Even if your Sombra is missing 30 HP, if she's being aggressive, that pack is generally going to do more good on her than it's going to be at your Reinhardt who's missing 300 HP.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so here we go.
1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
I'll take care of you. Shield holding.
See, I feel like that was kind of wasted right there.
Sure. So let's go back and talk about that. I see what you're doing here.
Take care of you.
So you can look at this.
I think it's before.
Oh, that one before? Yeah, you've already spent a pack.
I'll take care
Yeah.
of you.
So
Yeah, right there.
that's not a great pack because, hey, he's at full health. Like, that's not an amazing pack. On the other hand, you have 3 packs, so we're going to be pretty light on criticizing pack usage when you have 3 packs because you sort of want one to be regenerating, right? He is walking through a place where him taking damage is reasonable. He probably shouldn't be walking through this place. He should be going, hey, I'm going to push with the Reinhardt core for this rotation. I'll then start taking angles and get aggressive after we've rotated. But this pack is mostly in the you have 3 packs when you use it, so now you're sort of getting value because the pack is charging. And it was reasonable for him to take damage there. Was he going to take enough that he really needed pre-healing? No, not really.
Så gott som ny.
Okay.
Jag tar hand
Yeah,
om dig.
so this we don't want. Your Reinhardt's still at full health, and even if he wasn't, your BAP is just so much more efficient at healing him. He can do 50 to 70 health per shot of his right click, whether he's hitting directs or not, and he's got, infinite of those. You really don't, and it was your second pack. You spent a pack on pre-healing when it took you down to 1 pack. Now you're about to get 1 back.
Yeah, I've noticed I have like a bad habit of healing people like when I start hearing like the noise of a fight.
Got it.
Like, I don't know. It's just a bad habit that it's
okay. So
like, work on it.
We'll see what we can do to get you more into it. It's not that you want to be in a reactive sense. You can preempt damage. You using the, hey, my Junkrat isn't missing any health but is standing over here is potentially fine. Or if your Sombra is like right here doing work, unstealthing and shooting at the Zarya, even if people haven't quite turned to her yet to do damage, they're immediately going to turn to her to do damage. So like a pack on her wouldn't be bad necessarily, but you want to have a good feel for when they're actually likely to take damage.
Yeah, like when the shield breaks.
Yes.
Okay.
And now you're looking, okay, how am I going to get my Inspire proc? It's unfortunate that you stepped into this, but I'm not quite sure what the plan here was. Because you stepped into this Fire Strike, but you're probably stepping into this Fire Strike because you're looking for a whip shot, but you don't really want to whip shot the Rhine back, do you? I mean, if you
It's
do, that's
probably a
fine.
waste.
Okay, well, whip shotting the Rhine back isn't necessarily a waste. Like, hey, we send
I
him
guess.
back. Maybe that helps us advance more. It really
Yeah.
depends what you're trying to do. Like, are you going, hey, we want
For
this poke fight to
Inspire or
happen,
something.
or we don't? Right,
Yeah.
yeah. And you have to make that judgment based on your comp. Do you think you want this poke phase to be extended, or do you think you sort of want the Rhine swinging at each other?
Yeah. Well, I think I thought too, like, he was gonna keep going forward here.
Okay.
So.
Okay, so your BAP is your priority. So don't love that pack on the Rhine, but we'll live with it. It was your first pack. But now you immediately are going to have to cash out your next two packs because your BAP absolutely gets a repair pack from you, and
Mm-hmm.
you're probably going to spend one on your Junkrat as well here. Now, your BAP is
Okay.
going to shift, I hope. Did he already shift? Oh, he doesn't have shift. Okay. So you would spend both of these packs. You would pretty effortlessly go, yep, you both deserve packs. But if you hadn't spent this Reinhardt pack, you could potentially pack your Sombra as well and get
Yeah.
her back in the fight because she's not doing anything. So like that one thing of healing here versus my Sombra will actually rejoin the fight if I pack her. Well, I know what I want.
Yeah.
But you do need your Inspired One pretty badly right now. And this means hitting a whip shot. And I don't care if you hit your whip shot over here and go, let me boop the Ana. I don't care if you go, let me boop the Lucio. Let me boop the Zarya back so that we can advance on their backline cleaner. I don't care which, but you are going to need to hit a whip shot, like right now. Yeah, you need something
don't.
You don't. That's fine. But like if you look at this, you haven't had Inspire going yet this match, and we're 30 seconds in. Now a lot of that was rotational time, but you are looking to get your Inspire to keep your Inspire going. And the way you do that, your secondary way of doing that is going up and swinging at someone. Your primary way of doing that is hitting whip shots on people. Basically you want to be making sure you've got a whip shot on someone every 6 seconds to try to keep your Inspire rolling.
Yeah, I think too, like, ever since they like changed up Brig, like the shield's less. I don't know. I have a hard time knowing more now, like when to be aggressive and when to be more reserved with her.
So you're mostly going to take a defensive posture with Brig. You're going to take a defensive posture, except when you pop Rally. When you pop Rally, you're like, I'm channeling old Brig. I'm going to go, rah!
Yeah.
When you haven't popped Rally, what you're looking to do is go, hey, let's pretend for a moment here. Let's go here. And you would do things like go, I am standing here, third personing behind this. Now you can't do it here because this McCree could see you, but like you would be perfectly happy to third person behind this wall because third personing behind this wall with your shield up lets you see a little bit
See
more.
around it. Yeah.
Exactly. Lets you zoom out a little bit more. And then it's easy for you to see your teammates. It's easy to see if someone's on your BAP. It's easy for you to see, oh, is there a McCree scooting out there? Let me scoot out and whip shot him to activate my proc. And then go back to third person shielding here. Like that's mostly what you're looking to do. You're looking to play Brig in a way that is, I throw packs at my partner support and at my DPS. That's what I'm looking to do. I find chances to activate Inspire with my whip shot, and if they send divers at my team, Winston's, Balls, Genjis, Divas, Tracers,
Bash
whatever,
'em. Or stun them.
you bash them. Yeah, you can go, hey, I bashed them, and that means you want to be frequently, if you can, within bash range of your BAP. Like here would be okay because it would only be a couple steps, and then you could bash to cover your BAP if you had to, right? But you wouldn't want to be like, if your BAP's back here, you don't necessarily want to be up here because then you can't really protect your BAP except with your pack, right? So if your BAP was back here, you might be interested in third personing on this pillar right here. Make sense?
Yeah, so I could be closer to BAP.
Exactly.
And be able to see.
Exactly. But you've still got, you're still positioned maybe a little forward of your BAP and not in his way so that you can peek and throw a whip shot to try to activate a proc. So that's more what you're thinking. You can also use your whip shot to peel. I mean, hitting back a Tracer messes with her. Hitting back a Winston that's coming in before he lands definitely messes with him. This matchup is a little unfortunate for you to be playing Brig in because you really don't have anyone on the other team that you interact with well. There's no flankers on that team.
Yeah.
So there's no flankers on this team. They've got some poke. Okay, we don't really like that. And they've got brawl. And without rally, you get run over in brawl. And you're weak against poke. Like, your best things are strong against dive and empowering your own dive. Those are sort of your best things. So it's like, the only
Yeah.
diver we have is Sombra, and okay, we've got a Diva, so like Sombra Diva could do something together, and they have no divers, so your contribution this match is going to be limited, which just means you have to be even more on top of it with getting your packs in the right place, keeping your Inspire up without risking your own life, not just walking in there and getting swung on by their Reinhardt, not getting your shield broken a bunch by their Kree and things like that. This is going to be a tough one, but that's not to say you can't get value.
I don't think I get much in this one. That's why I picked it.
Okay.
So,
Hide chat there. You have no packs and you still don't have Inspire going. So this is hurting a little. Like, we could just take a shot at the Lucio. Take a shot at the Zarya. We're clearly losing this fight. I would be perfectly happy to boop back their Zarya to break her aggression and at the same time activate my Inspire. That would be a great thing to do right now. Oh no, you walk forward. And remember, even if you're missing shots with the whip shot, it's on a 4-second cooldown. Since the rework, she's got, they basically swapped the cooldowns. So you've got the long cooldown on your bash and the short cooldown on your whip shot. So if you're missing whip shots, not a big deal. You want to try to hit them, but reach for them. Use your Diva, okay, fine. Okay, so that's not amazing. Your BAP's going to have no trouble healing this whatsoever, but I can live with it. It's your first pack. Don't like that one at all. And now I can see you're clearly trying to walk up here to get a swing in. This would usually be your secondary option for I missed my whip shot and I'd really like to get Inspire going and I have enough health. So I'm going to walk up here to get one swing off and then get back. You're not going to swing 2, 3, 4 times. You're going to get one swing to hit and then you're going to back off. Because your point in this is not damage. It's to get Inspire going. Done. No. These are full health tanks, and you do, pitiful amounts of damage to them. Your value in stepping up here was just to activate your Inspire, which you've already done. You want to back off now. You just get booped in, and this Reinhardt is just going to be like, oh, Brig, yum, and bite your head off like a giant. He has a hammer. He's going to...
yeah, it always looks a lot more stupider when you're watching it after.
It's all good. It's all good. Okay, so you're going to pack that because that's what you are doing these days. Okay, he's purple.
Dude, this is the most unfortunate death in the whole game.
Is it?
I think so.
Okay. I'm not sure why I guess you can boop that Zarya away. I mean, I'm just not quite sure why we got quite so aggressive here ourselves. Again, you're going this fight is fully in cleanup phase when it's not.
No.
You're we're fully in cleanup, and it's no.
I totally lost where my team was.
Got it. So your Sombra, a couple things are wrong here. Your Sombra is over here rather than over here. I would really like your Sombra to be on an angle. And if you're going to get value, you're going to need your Sombra to play a little more on an angle because that's what gives you value. That gives you someone to throw packs at and get value. Because where you'd like to be right now is actually basically where your Sombra is. Right here or maybe right here. Instead, your Sombra's right here. You need your Sombra back in here. This doesn't work for you. There's no one in front of you for you to pack except your Diva, which is wait a second, that's wrong. And it's wrong on both counts. You're too far forward, and your Sombra is a little more passive than you'd like. You need someone up here.
Okay.
And I only tell you that because it's it's a group that you're playing with, and it sounds like you'll see them again.
Oh yeah, should have watched.
Back in the fight.
And then they get point, and I'm spawn
Okay.
all the way back. Or wait, maybe that's another fight.
No, he didn't get the point this fight. I would be surprised if you won that fight.
Yeah.
You went up 1 to start, but then they traded back favorably. Okay. So, do you know how repair pack works when you throw 3 repair packs at the same target?
No, I didn't know it had a different effect.
It extends the duration. So it doesn't increase the amount of healing per second that they're getting. It's just extending the duration. Yes, exactly. So they have the hot on them for longer. But that's not great because if you look at Let's go to your diva before you've packed her like
Well,
wild.
Moira's right there too.
Moira's right there too is one thing. But let's pretend you're packing this diva, and you're basically going to triple pack this diva. If this McCree hits another shot or 2 shots and breaks this mech, when you have 3 packs in this mech, it's not like you're refunded your packs. You're just sitting there without them until they regenerate. So we really want to, even if we're doing tank healing, we mostly want to do our packing one at a time, let our pack tick for 2 seconds, and then throw the next pack. And it's not like throwing a pack really slows us down. We can be swinging our flail, we can be doing whatever, and then just turn and pack them again. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cool. And here it turns out, hey, I might have liked to have one of these packs for my Reinhardt. It's still not a great use of pack, but you would have done it in this case.
So it would have helped.
Yep.
Yeah. More than what I did.
Right idea. Okay! Old Brig, here we come! You can walk more aggressively than this. So here you are.
Okay.
You're walking. You're at 265. Remember, this thing will carry you up to 300 HP. It's amazing. You can just keep beating up on the Zarya. Like, yep, I'm going to beat up on the Zarya. No reason you're planting, you're walking back and forth. You can just keep going forward because you're getting a bunch of health per second in the form of armor, and your teammates are getting it too. You want to be aggressing with this.
Okay. That's pretty good information to know. Just kind of go forward when you have Inspire.
Right. Like, look at this. You just got hit by a Reinhardt swing, and you're standing in lava, and you have 183 health left. Like, wait, what? Now, you can go down, don't get me wrong, and you might go down here. No, you're freaking healing through. I mean, okay, the Moira Orb is helping, but, like, you see this, you're already back up over 200, and now your rally's over. So it's like, you had 100 extra health in the form of armor there. You were just like, oh, yes, let's go do this. It's pretty amazing. Plus, you're ticking your own Inspire because, you're doing that. So you have a crazy amount of sustain going. You have to try pretty hard to get eliminated. Like, you can't be stupid aggressive, but, like, the level of aggression that you were here that I didn't like would have been totally fine if you'd been rallied.
Yeah, you're about to see stupid aggressive.
Did you just try to stun your teammate? Maybe.
I think it was at Torb.
Okay.
This is so stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. You can't get close enough to him. Like, the problem with this is, remember, your barrier only has 200 health on it, or 250 health on it. You don't have a bunch of remaining rally armor anymore. You just have 15. You can't get to him and win this anymore. He just rolled. He has a full clip. You would need to get to him with shield to be able to win. And even if you shield, then swing once, then, like, if you bash, swing, whip shot, that's still not going to be enough to finish him. So, like, you can only advance on him if you are very confident that your team is shooting him from behind you as you advance on him. And guess what? They're not. So you literally just need to go, I'm going to stand right here, and he can't walk forward. Like, if you stand right here with your shield up, he's like, well, what do I do? Like, if I walk forward, I'm going to get bashed and be in trouble. Without having been able to soften up the Brigs first. I could try to, like, walk over here, but that's going to take longer. Maybe I do this, and even so, then you're like, okay, well, if that's what you're going to do, maybe I'm going to go, fine, I'll whip shot you into the wall, walk at you, bash you into the wall, and then try to flight around you as I do this. Like, this is your much better place to contest him from. Like, your presence can be the threat. Nope.
So, like, with Brig, it's going to be more like corner fighting with her?
Defensively, yes. You're more looking like you can't corner fight if there's a Reinhardt on the other side of the corner. Absolutely not. But like, you can go. What you're doing is you're saying, I want to use this cover to make you advance in such a way that you get
kind of bait him.
To make them, well, you're forcing the short sight line because your only range is your whip shot, and unfortunately, if you whip shot him, you root yourself a little bit, and he's gonna headshot you. He might not headshot you at this level, but he's at least gonna shoot you, right? So, like, if you whip shot, he headshots you. That's a bad trade. So what you're really looking to do is go, I'm gonna force you to play at close range. Now, he's not helpless at close range. He's McCree. He has flashbang, but you're better against him in the close range matchup than you are in the long range matchup, and you're better against pretty much everybody in the close range matchup than the long range matchup. So yes, you're trying to go, I'm going to make you close, I'm going to make you walk forward. If I had my whole team supporting me, sure, we'd fight you. I'd have artillery firing over my shoulders, but I don't, so I'm just going to go like this and make you come closer, and we have point control, so you do have to come closer or we get the point, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And again, even if that wasn't McCree, if that was a Genji, for example, you might stand here, peek whip shot him, go back to standing here. And he's going to be like, wait, what? He just lost health and you just activated your Inspire. He's not going to be happy.
Done.
Hopefully that doesn't
we
matter.
get point by like the skin of our
Oh!
teeth, but I'm all the way back here.
Yeah.
So it's, really bad.
Escort
Yeah.
the
And it made it closer than it needed to be, which means they get ult charge.
The payload
We don't like those
moves
things.
toward our desired outcome.
You guys don't believe in high ground, maybe? Okay. So now you do want to throw this pack, and you do throw this pack, but you might have had to think about that pack a bit because you only had one. But you only had one because you spent 2 on Ryan. Okay, you're not getting anything by being out here in the first place. You just gave away.
Be more just standing here, like right where I'm at now.
Yeah, right
would
here
probably
with
be
your
better.
shield up would have been fine. Yeah, that
Yeah.
would have been fine. Like, you don't have... There's no whip shot you can hit from out here, so just stand right here.
Good.
My will made real. I've got you covered. I'm under attack.
Okay. Fine. Can't hit your Junkrat, which is unfortunate.
Surrender to my will.
It's fine.
I will not be
Turn and find him. Whip shot him off. Whip shot him off, I believe. Okay. Okay, that's just a mechanical thing. You might want to turn this down a little to make it more sensitive. It's up to you. But
Turn the sensitivity up or down.
you could turn the sensitivity on it down. I'm not saying for your controls themselves, but for the give on your pack. Because you can see right now how...
I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah, you can make it so that
Oh my
it would
God.
not be willing to pack someone that is that far away from your crosshair. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You could make it so it's like, no, it's going to make me be closer with my crosshair to that, and that can help. You don't have to do it because it does make you aim. It does make you have to aim better, which could be a problem. But like,
Yeah.
this is the sort of thing where it's like, did you want this, baby diva? I don't think you did.
No.
I don't think you did. I think you wanted that, which is like, oh
Yeah.
yes, that's who I want. Okay.
So I waste 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or waste 1.
He was one. You hit both, but I'm not sure you knew you'd hit the first one. Whip
Should I
shot.
have stopped facing him like there?
What's that?
Well, I got him.
You got him,
Never
yeah.
mind. Okay.
Okay, obviously we don't love that pack. Okay, so be it. You just spent your second pack, don't love, or your third pack rather, don't love it. I don't know what you're bashing. I don't know what you're bashing. Like, this bash is bad on a couple fronts. If maybe you were trying to double pin the Reinhardt, you thought he'd get to the other side of this with his charge. I don't know. You could justify maybe, like, I'm going to bash this Reinhardt to enable my team, and that does have some value, but I actually wouldn't want to. I would want to be watching for this Reinhardt to try to shatter, if that's what I was doing, because I'd want to interrupt the shatter, and I don't really want to bash to put myself in the Reinhardt's face, because if I bash the Reinhardt, unless I then immediately whip shot him to knock him away, he's then on top of me, and as we've established, he does a lot more damage per swing than I do per swing, and my Inspire doesn't justify it. It's not like my Inspire plus, it's not like my Inspire on just me plus my swing justifies him getting a swing on me in terms of the damage, right?
Yeah.
So we don't want to do that. Okay.
So I'm just like lost here.
Yep, push her in the grab, it's fine. Good.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
You can heal up your Sombra, that's fine. Oh, you don't like your Sombra apparently. So it's your job to heal Sombra. Your Moira like isn't gonna do it at all, and also wasn't gonna do it when they were on back. You're like Sombra's your best pack target. Oh!
Better. This will restore.
That did that's
Feel
just
better
like
soon.
something I need to be like cognizant about
Yep.
is the packs for sure.
For sure. And you just tried to heal a half health Reinhardt with your last pack. And if that was your first pack, no problem. But your last pack, no, we can't do that. We would much rather be able to heal, and we still will
Junkrat.
heal this Junkrat. Yeah. This D.Va's just a sponge for your packs.
So just in this situation, like when that starts, was that the right thing to do? Is to go after the Rhine?
Yeah, you were peeling the Rhine.
Okay.
We have no problem with this. Like, you're looking at this. Here he is. He is hacked, and you're just sort of going, hey, we're going to take down this Reinhardt. I'm not too worried about this Rhine taking you down, because I can see your Junkrat's on him, your Diva's on him, you're on him, and probably your Moira's on him. No problem. Stun him, enable your team to take him down more cleanly. Did you risk your life by going in here? I suppose, but not really, right? Like, yes, you're low enough health that he could take you out with 2 swings, things like that, etc. But not really. Like, you were going to stun him, you were going to get Summer again, you had 4 people working on him. This was fine. This was just you enabling as a support.
This is another, I think. Yeah, I mean, this is just stupid right here.
Sure.
I watched this earlier.
Okay, so where do you
think
think you
this is
should be
weird.
standing right now?
Like kind of after talking to you, I mean, like going through this, I would say like behind this arch or that wall that's falling apart.
Like this thing here, or maybe this here? Or are
So
you
you
thinking
think-
up like,
I would-
or even
yeah,
up
like-
here? Okay.
Yeah.
This is fine. You could be up here. It puts you a little far away from your Moira, but yes, this would be fine. It's not like they have serious threats. So yeah, this would be a good place for you to be. Great. And not in the open like this, where you're like, no, I have 200 health plus 250 shields. No, this is not a good place for you. But if you can bring your team forward, you win this next fight with Rally.
Rally to me.
Perfect. We're just going to go run them over. We're not going to back up. We're going to run them over. We're not backing up. We're not going, oh, I need to give them lots of health. You might be thinking, oh, I need to pre-armor everyone. You already got 90 armor out of
Yeah.
this, man. Like, look, it's been 2 seconds, and you've already got 90 armor. Like, you wanted to push from the get-go. This thing generates
Okay.
armor pretty fast.
Yeah, I've always just kind of like, every time I pop it, it's like, I try to get as much to my teammates as possible instead of like what you're saying.
Yeah, but they should be aggressing with you. Like, the Rally is a strong green light. It is one of the strongest green lights in the game for your team. For like, okay, we are pushing. You know, like, oh, we are pushing. Short of like, our whole team got purpled and EMP'd and the opponents have beat. We are pushing.
Yeah.
Its destination.
Okay.
That should be better.
Okay. You gonna swing on him?
Right here.
Yeah, so this is a little unfortunate. What you try to do with these guys, you just need to know the micro a bit. You're here, your rally's over, but you've now hit him. How are you going to beat Soldier in a fight? He's standing in his healing station. So what's important if you want to try to win this?
I'd say getting away from the healing station and making him try to come towards me in a close fight.
Well, you could make him try to come towards you in a close fight. That's one option. My concern is this healing station is in a pretty good spot, and he's just going to get to shoot at your Moira, shoot your Rhine in the side, shoot this. Now, if you tie him up for a bit, hopefully your Junkrat will come help you, or maybe your... okay, I guess it's his Moira, actually. Weird. Or maybe your Sombra will deal with this and go. But so, like, you could go, no, I'm going to stand here, I'm going to make you go around, or I'm going to loop around. No, maybe I'm going to go here. That's an option. But the other thing is you can force him out of the healing station. If you can maneuver yourself like this, you can whip shot
him.
Exactly.
Missed.
Well, you
Or
not
no,
only
that
did
was a
you miss
flail.
it.
That was a flail.
Right. So here we are. You didn't even go for it, and now it's too late because you need to recover some health because, again, you root yourself with your shield down when you whip shot, so you need to have some health to do it. Okay. Again, the double pack on your Rhine when maybe you want to double pack your Rhine. Maybe you wanted one of those packs on your Rhine and one of those packs on your Diva. Maybe you wanted one pack on the Rhine and then to wait and put the second pack on the Rhine.
Yeah. Perhaps.
We'll never know.
No place to go but up. Jag fixar dig.
Wasted pack.
Yeah. But again, when it's your first pack, I care less because, you know, when you have 3 packs, you're not getting value from a pack regenerating. When you have 2, at least one's regenerating. You don't need to be looking up like this. I'm not sure why you're looking
I don't
up.
know why.
Rather,
No, you
if you
don't.
just third person, you can see just fine. You're making it hard to see.
Yeah. I don't know what I was
Okay, so
doing.
you're gonna help your Moira.
I'll take care of you.
Okay. She didn't need the
Trying to
second
track
one.
her.
Yeah, no, you got her the second time. You just then threw a third at her, and she doesn't need that.
So you think turning sensitivity down would be kind of better about getting it to the person you want to give it to?
Yes.
Okay.
Now it's gonna mean sometimes that, like, hey, if I are trying to target your Moira and you're looking over here, your Moira's not gonna get it. You're gonna have to look closer to directly at your Moira. But it's gonna do a better job of making sure it's not yoinked by someone when you're trying to aim at the Moira, but the Sombra is closer to you. It's actually always gonna go to the person who's closest to your crosshair, but it tends to be easier to not accidentally get it stuck on your Sombra from this perspective if you've turned down the sensitivity on it or whatever it's called. But it's in there if you go to your Brigs specific settings, and it should be pretty obvious.
Fixing you up.
Okay. So there's a Lucio somewhere. You're playing near. You just got booped, man. You just heard
Yeah,
yourself
I
got
know.
booped, and you're playing near this without finding him.
Too, I mean, like, when your team gets so split like that, I mean, should I try to stay with the tanks or try to stay with my other healer who's, like, doing his own thing right now?
I mean, you should
It
flame
looks
your
like
other
a
support
guaranteed death.
because you
right
should
there.
flame your partner support because what is this? But after you're done flaming, you're gonna play like. You're giving me an impossible question in some ways because you're more interested in playing with your backline core. So, like, the right answer would be your support, but the right answer is not your support. Like,
Yeah.
no, this is not where you go. But like, you don't go. Oh, I prioritize my team over this. But like, this is silly. Like, yeah. Sorry, you'd go this way in this situation, but the only reason you're going this way is because this is just a throw. Like, this is just a throw. And if this isn't a throw, it's because she's going to do some sort of like coalescence, or she's going to like as your team aggresses, but she's opened way too early for that. Like, if that was the plan of, hey, the team is going to come crushing in from this way and she's going to coalescence from this way and it's going to be super powerful, like something like that. Well, she's revealed herself way too early for that. And in that case, she can get out with Fade. If she doesn't coalescence anyways, you can't get out. So you'd have stayed with your team here. But that's just not where your support should be. Well handled. And you just reset. And you can see it starts getting hard to play the game if you don't find ways to get whip shots off when you have decent health, because now it's hard to risk getting a whip shot off, right?
Yeah.
So, like, it sort of becomes if you don't keep your Inspire proc going, it gets hard to get Inspire procs. So we really want to look for those. Easy bash here. Okay, you didn't bash because the hack was coming in, fine. You don't need to be in the front line like this.
EMP activate.
But you can be if we're just going to clean up. Probably wouldn't have gone for that whip shot because I don't want to. Whip shot is still a boop, and I don't want the opponents to disengage because we just EMP'd them, right?
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Yep. So you could whip shot the Bob. That would be fine. I don't like him. The stun?
Is there
really?
any purpose for anything?
I mean, that's a very we're going deep into philosophy there, but like you didn't need to stun it, you just needed to swing at the bob to get your inspire. And you do need to go, where's my team? Like, where's my team? Because you could have.
So
like,
whip-shotting a bob will give you inspire.
Whip-shotting a bob will give you inspire, swinging at a bob will give you inspire, bashing a bob will, like, you'll get inspire from whatever you do over here to this bob. The swing would have been the cheapest thing. The whip-shot could have worked from further away, though. If it was like, I'm whip-shotting him from here, that would have been fine. But now you're in here pretty deep, and you aren't really in the cleanup phase of a fight. You didn't just, like, clean them up during their EMP. They beated, they visored. So you want to have a better idea of what are the people who want packs from me? Where are they? And again, I'm still not a fan of where your Sombra plays from, but these are the two that you're paying attention to, and you can't even see them right now.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
There's a throw.
Yeah, why wasn't this just a bash? Oh, you don't have bash yet. Oh, still just hold your shield for another second to try to get to bash. Oh. Yeah. It's okay. You're going to come back in with rally and just win.
I think we win with 0 seconds left, if I remember right.
It appears we've suffered a minor 30 seconds.
So I probably should have already dropped Inspire by now. I think I was telling everybody to like come back to get Inspire, so I should have just probably popped it and moved forward.
Oh, you mean rally?
Or sorry, yeah, rally.
Yeah, you don't need them to come back to go rally. You can just pop rally and walk forward with them. Like if your team is going in here, oh no, well it depends if your team's ready. No, your team's not ready. Your soldier is still back here. You do want to wait until you have a real push opportunity, and you would like 6 people for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now rally, fine.
But yeah, get grabbed.
But grab, yeah. Which was always a threat. And you had to accept that it was always going to be a threat, so you potentially did okay, I'm going to make him grab just me, or we're going to make our Reinhardt go aggressive to try to get just our Reinhardt grabbed type thing. But that's okay.
Too far forward.
No, you're not too far forward. You have rally.
That's right.
Needed to hit that Lucio, but no, needed to. If you're gonna chase Lucio, you do need to hit him with the bash. You can't eliminate him anymore. Without your bash, he's gonna get away.
Miss the bash.
Yep. And once you miss the bash, and I don't mind that you missed the bash, you're just done fighting him and you leave.
That should be better.
Okay.
Just hit the easy diva. Hit the easy to whip shot diva. Get your inspired
shot.
Yeah. She's not a great whip shot target in general, but if you just are trying to get your inspire, have at it. Oh boy. How many armor packs? How many repair packs do you have?
3.
What's your McCree doing?
I don't know.
Cool. That's not necessarily the end of the world that you don't know, but he's being covered by your Moira is apparently the answer, so you don't need to do squat. But what's your McCree doing?
Ulting.
Is that likely to draw a bunch of eyeballs to him?
Probably.
So let's just throw a repair pack at him. Let's just by default when he ults throw a repair pack at our McCree. Sound good?
Yeah.
Great. And turns out he's probably going to be okay.
Draw.
But he's certainly taking damage, right? And he might have pulled that trigger earlier than he'd have liked to because he was under pressure there. Okay, so now you just make this ball's life miserable. Okay, so you gotta not let that happen. You hear that? You hear that pile drive? We'll go again.
Yeah, I was gonna say go back. Yeah, right there.
Okay. So when he does that spinny sound in the air, you saw him go up, you hear the spinny sound, You need to, before he hits the ground, put your shield up and face him. You need to be looking at where he's going to slam into the ground with your shield up so that you have two options. You can either try to be like an all-star and bash him right before he touches the ground, and then his whole pile drive is canceled, or you don't get knocked into the air because he hits his pile drive, but you blocked the shockwave in your direction because you're facing him, and then you immediately bash, and he's stuck, and he's frozen there, and your team gets to try to blow him up, do a bunch of damage to him, make him leave. Like, he's one of the heroes that, like, he is the hero that you probably do the best job of countering in the game. So, like, you need to make his life very, very unhappy. Okay?
Okay.
Cool. Okay. Good. And here he is. Here he is. Your job. Remember, like, your job before was, hey, I'm going to protect my other support and I'm going to enable my DPS. But now this becomes a higher priority job. Protecting your other support is still a priority. You still do want to support your DPS, but your priority is now shifted to, I'm going to deny their flanker, their diver. And their diver is this ball here. So you're like, I'm aware of where you are. I see where you're coming in. I whip shot you before you get in. I bash you when you come in for your pile drive. Those types of things. Not to get up here and swing at Bob. Swing at Bob is like, oh, yay, let me flail you helplessly. I don't care. There's ball rolling through. You're going to bash? Well, you can't. Oh, no, you can bash this. This is your thing. Oh, no, you have it. You have your bash.
I still have it. Never mind.
Okay. Fine. But, like, this ball is getting free and getting to run around, and now he just got stunned, which is like, oh, imagine if that was the second stun on him.
Yeah.
Okay. You've gone and dealt with a lot of people that aren't ball.
Yeah.
I'll lead the way. Rally to
Tactical goggles activated.
You didn't make him hate his life?
Tactical goggles.
This is like your job to walk up there and try to bash him. It would have been hard, but if you bash him to cancel the beat, then, you know.
Yeah. That'd have been pretty sweet.
Wouldn't have mattered, but would have been pretty cool.
I
Yeah.
excited the enemy.
I think I played Brig on defense again too.
Okay.
Yeah, I picked this up too, just because I think I played Brig the whole game, and
Want to work on your Brig. I get it. I
Yeah.
get it.
No time for such.
I mean, I could use work all around.
Get behind me.
One at a time. Don't try to improve on too many things at once. And we've already got lots for your Brig, but we'll narrow it down to 2 to 3 things for you to work on by the end. So that you can be focused in what you're in your training.
Ready for battle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
I don't know why you're looking up.
Catching you up.
I don't know either. I've never really even noticed that I've been doing that.
I will shield
Oh,
you.
good. Okay, your Hanzo, you can heal that. Less interested in healing those. Just back off. You're just standing in the open, doing nothing here. Just leave. I don't really want to... Those aren't my favorite whip shot targets when they're already paying attention to you. If they weren't paying attention to you, sure. But if they're paying attention to you, it kind of roots you in place and forces your shield down. And I don't like that what the hit scan can do to you in that situation.
So I should have been focusing on this guy anyways.
That's true. That's true. Okay, who'd he go after? Like, how's your other support doing?
Soldier.
Oh, he went after your soldier.
Oh.
And you didn't pack your soldier. That's a problem.
Yeah.
Like, he can't get that a limb if you pack your soldier.
Du mår bättre snart.
Why are you bashing to the front line? That's not a bash to stun someone. This is clearly a bash to put you in the front line to get you close enough to swing. You can't do that anymore. You can sometimes bash as an escape, but you can't bash to get to the front line. Unless you're fighting a flanker. Like, you know, unless the front line is actually your back line because you're actually fighting a Genji, a Tracer, or whatever.
Yeah. Probably die.
No, you should be fine. Drop your shield. Okay.
That should be better.
Okay.
I did it again.
You did. You're walking into the front line. And again, from a few steps further back, you could be like, I knock back the Zarya. And if you boot back the Zarya while your team is choosing to beat up on this Rhine that they just pulled in, that would be great. You're stopping these guys from pushing forward to help their Rhine. That would be great. And you could have done it from further back. Now you're just in the open. Oh my goodness.
I don't even think I realized he pulled Ryan in either.
Well.
Makes it worse.
Get into position.
Inspire's going. You don't have to do anything right now. You don't have to do anything right now. Oh my goodness. Okay.
I've got you covered.
Okay. Shield up. Yeah. Okay, so you're just playing way too aggressive on defense. Wasn't as bad on offense, but on defense you're playing way too aggressive here.
Back in the fight.
You are all objective lost.
Oh, the triple pack onto a tank.
On a full health tank.
Wasn't full health for all of it, but yeah.
Everyone heal up. The enemy approaches.
Are you guys gonna take high ground? Your hog is.
I'm under attack.
So there's your Moira, and you still want to know where she went. She has Fade. She requires less babysit than any of your other support partners, but you still do want to know where she got to so that you can go, hey, I would like to pack her. Because that's better than her. I mean, it's better for you to pack her than her to use Fade, and it's better for you to pack her than for her to use her orb on herself.
Let me patch that up.
Get over here.
And she just used both cooldowns. And some of that is she's
orb on
positioning
her?
silly. Yeah, that's her orb on her. Well then.
My shield's up.
Zero pack. Okay, you got one back. Okay. And now you just leave. I don't want to fight this. You already got Inspire going. You're good. You're good. I don't want to fight this. I'm so glad that this guy's more afraid of you than he needs to be.
My barrier's about to go.
Yeah, so this was like a, I hit my swing on you and excuse me while I back myself back up to here. You know, like.
Yeah. And I think too with the packs, it's like I still think about like old Brig where you could top people off, and I know you can't anymore, but I don't know, I do it
That
for some
wasn't the
stupid
plan.
reason.
You just have to treat her mostly like she's a new hero. Like, you mostly have to be like, this is a different hero than the old one, and I'm retraining it, and the old hero was a tank support hybrid, and this one is just more like a priest, where it's like, I stand and protect my backline, and I'm like, hey, I throw packs on squishies and only on squishies, and I'm only willing to battle flankers. And then the last thing I do is I throw whip shots at people to proc this silly ability called Inspire that's in my kit for some reason. Like, that is your fundamentals of Brig. Nice.
I see you over there.
Like that. You should be
Yeah, I
fine.
think I was going for Roadhog, but that was probably not necessary either way.
What, to get caught in it? It's fine.
No, to pack
Oh, yeah.
Roadhog.
Oh, yeah. It wasn't.
I'll take
And that definitely
Like
wasn't.
that.
That one's fine.
No. Rally to me.
This is early. This is really early because this rally is only going to last 10 seconds. And by that I mean like when it's generating stupid amounts of armor for you. The armor itself will last longer than that. But these guys, if they're smart, will just go, well, we're just not going to fight you for 10 seconds. We'll halt our advance.
Just
In
back
fact,
up.
maybe we'll retreat a bit. Right. You want them to be like here, where it's like, no, if you back up, we're still going to fight you type thing. Like, you're not getting out without paying the toll at that point once they're in. They're too far. You don't want to use this to stop them from pushing, because that means what you'll have bought with this is 10 seconds and some pre-armor, and you would much rather actually win the fight with it.
Yeah. I bet they don't even think about
Oh
it.
my goodness. Oh my goodness. We're trying to Nano Blade into a rally team? Okay, like, I'm not saying that
It
they
might
can't
work.
win. Yeah, it's gonna work. Okay. Okay.
This is strength.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a slippery slope after that.
All good.
A touch from afar.
Not looking up. Oh, looking up.
You did look up. So you have a Doomfist now. Oh boy. Couple things here. So again, Ryan isn't your main target. You're looking to use these packs at this point into your Doomfist. That's replaced your Sombra as your person who can get aggressive, that you can be like, yeah, I'll pack them, etc. They could use a pack right now. That might be cool. That might get them back into the action faster. But more importantly, you get shattered when he's packing. You have the ability to stop shatters. I don't know that you could have stopped this one. This stuff on this rock thing on the ground might have been in your way, but like this is the type of thing that you potentially reactively try to bash to try to stop. Are you there yet?
Yeah.
Probably not.
No.
But you have to
I was gonna
remember
say.
that that's fine. You just remember this for the future. He should not be comfortable bashing with you, or he should not be comfortable shattering with you this close.
I was gonna say, even if I did, it would have been out of luck.
All good.
That's just being honest.
The first couple times you bash cancel a shatter, it'll probably be like by luck. Just like the first couple times divas eat ults, it's almost certainly for most people by luck. But once you do it by luck a couple times, and once you start looking for it and be like, wait, was
You're
that
thinking,
luck
hey,
or was
that's
that
pretty
intentional?
cool.
Yeah, you get it. Oh boy.
Got bubbled.
You do have bubble. You know what else you have?
But
Bash.
that was also luck.
You have
Yeah, I
bash.
should've
If you
done
have
right
bash, yeah, exactly. Okay, you just need to get to cover. What are you doing? Why are you lowering your shield to throw a repair pack at someone who's purple? What? What? You need this shield up until you can get yourself behind cover. Behind cover.
Until
Yeah.
purple's gone, pretty
Yeah,
much.
right. Yeah. No, it wouldn't have mattered because you went down to a fire strike there, but still.
Yeah.
Hordes of Crusaders!
I am on fire. I will lead us to victory. Let me patch that up.
Ha! Denied. Okay. He still won the team fight and you're still going to get staggered. But it felt good. So you know the real problem here is you rejoined this. So you walked out into this.
Yeah. Should have waited for
Right.
everybody.
And you look at this and go, wait a second, we're not actually in this fight anymore. Like, or maybe you walk back a little bit and you go, okay, I'll support them. They're in it. No, this is over now. There's a Nano Genji versus my purple 40 health buddy over there. I'm just going to leave. Like, I'm going to go leave was the right answer.
Yeah.
And also, I don't think I can finish this Genji, so if I do bash him, I'm then immediately going to whip shot him to knock him away. I want to break aggression so I can try to get over here.
My barrier can't take much more.
Payload is approaching its destination.
Огонь по готовности.
He gets ult super fast. I guess it's probably because we staggered, but
Yeah, they did break this super fast, but that is in part because you got yourself eliminated here.
yeah.
When if you'd come back, you'd have come back as 6, as 4, whatever, and could have put up a more meaningful resistance.
Round 2.
And if you'd had a real fight, you'd have gotten rally. And if you'd gotten rally, you might have turned the fight.
Attackers incoming.
I shouldn't be surprised at such a narrow opinion coming from a jumped up ape.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Okay, emoting. I hate what you guys are holding.
I think everybody was like, we need to emote now, and then I was like, oh shit, this lasts way too long.
Yep, I get it. I get it. Okay. So you wouldn't just stand here. Whoop, that's not what I meant to do. You wouldn't just stand here. You'd stand here with your shield up so that you can see, do I
See
need to be able to
everything.
throw a whip shot? Yeah, exactly. Because, like, it could be that there's a Genji or a Winston on the opposing team that you want to be able to whip shot when they're trying to come in. Like, oh, a monkey's jumping in over top. No, he's not. I'm going to whip shot and deny that. Now, it turns out you guys
Oh
have
yeah.
the Winston, not them, but hey.
And it sounds like kind of what you're saying is just be more aggressive with whip shot. Period.
Yes. Be less aggressive, but be more aggressive with whip shot.
Yeah.
That could be better.
And not as aggressive with packs.
On tanks.
I've got you covered.
Like a pack on your Moira right now would be fine.
Yep.
Patching you up.
Okay. Their shield broke. We just heard their shield broke. And our Reinhardt is low health. I'd be pretty good just throwing a whip shot through my Reinhardt right now to try to push back their Reinhardt. I can't even see their Reinhardt, but I'd be pretty comfortable doing that because it's going to get Inspire going, and if I hit him, and my Reinhardt probably needs the pressure relief because he's low health.
Yeah. And
Shield
Okay.
up, shield up, shield up, shield up. Okay, shield down. Well, you don't have to balance between your regular health and your shield health. Okay, you got your Inspire. I don't know what that's going to get you at this point, but you got it. You gonna bash him? Yep. Okay. Okay.
so that's I should have like tried to at least look like where my team was there, and I didn't at all.
No problem. So if we look at the biggest and easiest things for you to work on, the easiest thing for you to work on that'll get you the most bang for your buck is going to be your repair pack priority, right? Like if you understand, I want to use my packs on my partner support and on my DPS, and if my DPS in a 6-stack aren't getting aggressive enough to warrant my packs, I'll maybe yell at them to get aggressive enough to warrant my packs. Because it was going to be hard to get value out of your Sombra, out of packing your Sombra, when she was playing on top of your Moira and Bat for most of that game. So that would be the first thing. You can use packs on tanks, but you want to use packs on tanks when it's like, hey, I have 3 packs, I might as well use this here type situations, where it's like, I have 3 packs and my Winston, my Reinhardt, my whatever, is clearly about to take damage or has taken some damage, and I'm just getting this done because I want to get my pack on the first bit of the cooldown started since it's charges. I would rather heal Sombra that's missing 30 health than a Reinhardt that's missing 200 health with a pack. Like, that's how you want to be thinking about these packs. You want to position in places where you can, so that's sort of your repair packs. Then we sort of get to your positioning, which is going to be you want to position in places where you are near your partner support, you're third personing behind some form of cover so that you can protect your shield while still getting that third person camera, but you can see the opponents, so you can see your teammates, as many of your teammates as possible, so that you can pick where you put your repair pack. You can see or have a very good idea of where your partner support is, and you hope you can see the approaches to your partner supports. And you can see opponents that you could potentially peek the wall and whip shot. That's what you want to do in terms of your positioning. Like, hey, these are the spots that I'm looking to stand. I'm not looking to be in my team's front line. The only time I'm in my team's front line, there's 2 situations that come to mind off the bat. What are those 2 situations?
Can you say it one more time?
So
Sorry.
there's 2 situations where you would expect to be in your team's front line as opposed to sort of sitting in the back line, mid-back line type spot.
Rally and I guess maybe when we're moving forward and the shield's down.
If you're just cleaning up a fight, you could do it. Like if it's a 6v2, 6v3, you could add your little contribution. You could run up there to keep your Inspire going and just be like, hey, I'm going to help clean this up a little bit faster. Or like you're on top of them. Like, let's go. Like let's say you're trying to finish the map and you're into a 6v2 and you just want to help eliminate them that much faster. That could be fine too, right?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
just on cleanup duty, basically.
Yep. Okay. And then the third thing that I really want to cover here, besides pull yourself back when it comes to your general positioning. Remember, you're third personing behind cover near your other supports. But you do want to be perhaps a little forward of them, but close to them so that you can get some whip shots off. You've got your repair pack priority that we've talked about. And then the last thing that we wanted to talk about was you got to look for those whip shots. Like, you got to look for those whip shots, and you're going to have to think about these. You don't necessarily want to whip shot away the opposing Reinhardt when he's low health and your Rein is swinging at him. You don't necessarily want to whip shot a McCree that is staring right at you because he's going to shoot you in the head. But if you can whip shot a Zarya back when the Reinhardt is pushing, that's pretty good because now it's an uneven push. If you can whip shot a McCree back towards his group when he was on an off angle, that's pretty good, especially if he wasn't looking at you but was instead looking at someone else on your team so you don't get shot. You see what I'm saying? You're looking for safe whip shots that you can hit, and I don't care if you miss them. I just want you to start looking for them. And this is probably the single easiest thing to get good practice on in FFAs. If you want to go do some FFAs as Brig just to practice your whip shots, you're not going to win the FFAs. She's not the overpowered FFA carry hero anymore, but it's actually a great way to get whip shot practice against the Genjis, the Tracers, the McCrees, all those heroes that might be harder to hit whip shots against.
Yeah. Oh, and Bash too, I guess.
Yeah, that's fair.
Genjis.
That's fair. Yeah, it does get you the bash practice as well. It's not the best simulation for how the fights actually work for bash because FFAs are very much 1v1s and you don't take very many 1v1s as Brig. Whereas you do need to get whip shot practice against moving targets. I'm not saying it's bad bash practice, but like the reality is you're using your bash in some ways and you're taking some of these fights knowing that your partner support is there sticking heels into your butt, if you know what I'm saying. Where it's like, hey, I'm not actually worried about this Genji taking me down because, yes, I don't want to just feed to it, but I'm fighting this Genji in my own backline. My Ana's right here type thing.
Yeah, I get you.
Okay. With that, do you have any final questions? Anything you'd like to go over either on these topics or on other topics?
Man, I don't know. It's just like enough to unpack already.
It's a lot, and I don't want you to try to implement it all at once, though some of it is going to sort of automatically implement at once. I want you to try to work on your repair packs intentionally and purposefully first. I want you to be like, I'm doing this. And it might be after 3 games, after 5 games, after 15 games, the repair packs stick and you're doing those correctly, and you don't even need to think about them anymore. And then you'd move on to your positioning. But when you start working on your positioning, you're probably going to start working on your whip shots. And you probably, even though you're working on your repair packs, you might accidentally start working on your positioning. And I'm not going to be like, bad, but you really want your brain power on the repair packs. And then once you've got those, once you feel like that's incorporated into your autopilot, you do it without thinking, then you move on to your positioning. Then you move on to your whip shots. One thing at a time.
It sounds like I just need to abuse the third-person view as much as possible, too.
The third-person view, it's not that the third-person view is, super, super amazing powerful. It's just, there's no reason not to, is sort of the thing. You get better view for doing it, and that better view enables you to deploy your packs better, to whip shot better. If it wasn't available, it's not like you couldn't play the game, and it's not like it's super powerful that it is available, but there's just no reason not to take advantage of it.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. Really, it was just not... I can tell from the video I'm just going, way too far forward, especially, if there's a Rhine there, I'm like, why? I don't even understand why I'd go in front of a Rhine. Why? While I'm watching it, but during game, it's like I'm not thinking as much.
Of course. And that's why we work on these things one at a time, like your positioning, because you don't get to, there's so many decisions that are made in Overwatch that you don't even realize you're making. So we're working on one specific piece of your gameplay at a time to be like, let's actively make you think about where are you standing. Let's actively make you think about, okay, and I've walked you through in the macro why you stand where I've told you to stand, but then you think about where am I standing for 30 games, for 10 games, for 50 games, for 5 games, whatever it takes, until that sort of becomes the thing that you don't have to make those decisions anymore. That just autopilots.
Instinct type stuff.
Right. You might override that autopilot every once in a while to go do something, but your default is to something that is usually right, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish I'd have done this sooner, really.
Hey, all good, man. All good. She's not an easy hero to just intuitively understand. Like a lot of people get their Brig play wrong. So no problem. Now you've got a pretty nice framework to work with here.
Awesome,
Okay.
man. I
Uh,
appreciate it.
no problem. So any final questions here? I think we're a little over, but I'm happy to do one more.
No, I think that's it. I mean, if anything, I'll just rewatch it and maybe write down some stuff if I have any questions.
Sounds good. Yeah, let me know if you do. Otherwise, I hope to see you again. Good luck, man.
All right, thank you.
Talk
Bye.
to you soon.